Alright. Slay a Crimson Glow Valstrax. Let's do it. I can get rid of that if you want me to, Fish Kebab, if you were upset. Wait, who added that one? Who added that quote? Parsec added that one. Dude, Fish Kebab with the back-to-back quotes. This looks really good. You can just tell they were thinking of him when they made that area, right? Like, you can tell that they made that area just for him. Just to ape a little bit of whatever that area is called in the end of GU. It's not Heaven's Mount, it's the other one. Ruined Pinnacle, there you go. It's been a long time, guys, I'm sorry. Alright. I feel like we haven't fought anything in the Shrine Ruins in so long. Ruined Pinaxle. Ruined Pickle. Ruined Pineapple, ruined Papple. Oh no. Anything but that. This map's so quiet and peaceful. It's neat that they have you do it at night. You fought Camelios here? I know we fought Camelios. What's the story of Papple? You'll have to ask Shepard, ST Shepard, about that. I can't tell you the story of Papple. I believe it's called Definitely Not Ripping Off the Highlands. Yeah, that's far too personal a story to tell secondhand. Hi, Basil. Another living nuke, yeah. Alright, I'm so ready. Wow, it moved pretty quick. Okay, it's got the gore thing. Has lots of gore things. Oh, there's two. Right. It's got two wings. It has little, like, sword noises when it moves. That's not gore. It's raspberry. Wow. I'm sure that would have done a lot of damage. strawberry is what people are calling this mode, right? I did, Frenchie. Welcome. This is our first time on Valstrax. We have heavy bowgun because chat loves me. Don't counter that move. Looks like he's made of metal. It does, sorta. Makes sense. He's a jet. Cool. Okay, yeah, that hurts. Woo! Neat. He missed me. That's fine. Wing arm, yep. Missed the clear, you did. Yes, but this is our first Valstrax with heavy bowgun, so that's something. That's not what I wanted to do at all. How many freaking hours in this game? 450 hours? And I still can't get the right keybinds for the heavy bowgun switch skill silk bind stuff. No game, I did not mean to load Wyvern Heart in the middle of everything. God, why would they do that? Anyways, hi Marths. Welcome. Alright, bye FPS. This thing looks cool. This thing is so cool. How did I cart? I was loading Wyvern Heart because I did the wrong button. Instead of the dash switch skill, I loaded Wyvern Heart, which is like the exact opposite of a dash. Did I pop off good for All Mother? I was pretty happy. I didn't yell or anything. The clear was actually pretty good. We were on our last cart. We had a few more potions still. We did a lot. We played a lot better tonight than last night. Oh, it does like a Gunlance full burst. All right, I see how it is. It has so many different attacks. It has so many different beam attacks. Those are all really neat. Okay. Whatever, berry mode is over. Okay. Need to get used to that. The first one's supposed to be easy to dodge because it's supposed to get you to look out for the second one. Okay, when he's not in raspberry mode, those blow up immediately as opposed to after the fact. Does this monster have more moves than G-Rank Valstrax? I never fought G-Rank Valstrax. I only ever fought like 2 or 3 high-rank ones. I have basically no knowledge of this fight. I will not be able to tell you the differences between this and GU. Ow. Mizu's here. How far in the game is this? Just picked up the game a few days ago. This is one of the last monsters added, Tribe of Tom. So this is towards the end. We've been playing just about every day since launch. I've been going really slowly. Whoa. Valstrax scale slightly changed by the Crimson Eclipse portends disaster. Valstrax character is capable of withstanding sonic speed and boiling heat. Cool, thanks. No worries, Tribe of Tom. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. And thanks for the follow. Yeah. When I play through Monster Hunter games, I play through them very slowly and I try and use all the weapons. I'm not gonna claim to learn everything about the game, but I like trying out lots of different stuff. This game, man. Start with the bow, but swap to sword and shield pretty quickly. Sword and shield is probably the one I'm best at. But I try and play all the weapons. Just still getting better with some of them. Bowgunning a new monster is kind of tough because I don't really... It's very important to know where you're shooting with bowguns. And I don't really know where I'm supposed to shoot this guy. I don't want to know in the chat. I'll find out once I've cleared it for the first time. Is there like multiple tiers of strawberry? Oh, that's cool. Ambush. I should probably sheath my weapon. Gosh darn it. I was trying to sheath and it didn't. Why is it popping up? Like, I know about that move from GU. I just hit the Y button and it didn't do the Y button thing. We were indeed ambushed. To distract you? Well, I don't like it. Stop putting notifications for stuff in game. This is not a smartphone. I don't need notifications. I don't need cat DMs. There you go, Black Wolf Raven. If that's what you were talking about, then I agree with you. I don't like that. Imagine if there was like a move for like, hey, here comes Teostra's Supernova. Like, what the hell? Why? Announcing the ambush, it is pretty funny. When you see that while you're fighting another monster, I don't care. Make me listen for it. Look at those particles, man. Merely touching this boiling hot draconic fluid fills your mind with catastrophe. Broke the head. Ah! Oh, darn. Yep, definitely Gore's side-to-side attack. You can see that. You can see that skeleton here, plain as day. Ooh, triple. It pushes him back. That's so cool. Whoa! That was freaking cool. There's the Gunlance full burst. Out of range. Triple. Here it comes? No, that's not the same thing. That looked like a different move than the other one where he dove at us. That one was more of like a tackle, whereas the other one's kind of like he goes down on the ground. Interesting. Missed out of range. That's so cool. Whoops, that's the wrong button. Let's try that again. What a lovely fight. I don't feel like I need to see hit zones. Not yet, anyways. Hey, insurance. Thanks, game. What's up, Maddie? Do quest ranks max out at 7? You get to 7. That's gonna be the highest quest rank, but then after that, it will unlock the number of the rank you have, and so you'll be like, you'll still be doing 7 or 8 star quests, but you'll be hunter rank like 100 or a hunter rank 50 or whatever. Best fight in the game so far? Or best fight in the game by far? It's neat. I'm excited to get better at it. I mean, dude, it's been like 3 months and almost 500 hours and we're still fighting new stuff. I love Monster Hunter. Yeah, it continues progressing. Yep. What is the best game in the fight so far? Best game in the fight. Did I say that? I meant fight in the game. I don't know. I really like a couple fights in this game. Meant the other way. You're all good, Yuchi. I have a couple. I really like Almudron. I know most folks don't, but I really like Almudron. I really like Narwa. I think Magnamalo is pretty good. I'm trying to think. I know there's a couple others that I really think are great examples of 5th generation Monster Hunter fights. Let me think. Almudron, Narwa. Goss is decent. Hang on, let me actually thumb through the... This is dumb. There's too many thoughts. I have to like look through here to be like, who's in this game again? Apex Mizutsune was really good. Zenogre's also excellent. So I think for me it'd be like Almudron, Narwa, Zenogre, Apex Mizutsune, Magnamalo are some of the up there ones. I don't know, Marks. I'm still deciding on the challenges we're gonna do. I know I already said I'm going to do All Mother with all 14. That's gonna be something we do. It's gonna be tough, I think. Apex Mizutsune feels like really excellent. I know earlier you said you didn't like Narwhal Black Wolf. That's okay. Yeah, so far that's, I think, the only challenge I think I'm firm on is that I really want to do all Mother Narwa with all 14 weapons. Technically Marks, yeah, I guess so. Really like Anjanath? I'm glad someone does. Yeah, you fight that Banabra. That seems to be like a common quirk of monsters in this game, is they will aggro to you and then immediately hunt one of the other small monsters in the area. It's odd. He has so many moves. Yeah, it does some damage. That's my first time getting hit by that slam. You must wirefall. A cart for science? I just wanted to see, I wanted to stay down and see what happened. I think that moves like that knock you on your back should be maybe a little bit more visually distinct from moves where you can stay down and be safe. They don't feel that different to me, being knocked down. I know you get knocked like full on flat on your back and like, oh, you're pinned, but it doesn't really feel like that to me. They're very different. I know they are. I wish they were more visually different. Like, I don't think that... It feels inconsistent to me, I guess. Having those two paradigms in the game of like, oh, if you get knocked on your back, you're screwed. You better wirefall. And if you're knocked on your back, or if you're knocked down, you're safe. Don't worry. Like, if they weren't so very different meanings, I don't think it would bother me as much. I don't know. Little thing. I'll pay more attention to it. That's rough. So, is that move supposed to be, like, scary? I mean, it's cool. It's not typical to dodge. It's supposed to punish people who jump over stuff? Interesting. I'm beginning to feel as if 2-Arm Man did indeed hate me. So fancy. So fast it is, yeah. Makes me think we might want a Evade Extender too. You can iframe the jet charges? Yeah, I'm sure. I bet you can iframe a lot of this moveset because it's so fast. Yeah, I know there are differences. Between the two knockdown states. I just wish they were a little more different. A little bit of jank on how he landed there. Whoa! Dude. Does the camera still zoom in? Not as much as World Uchi. Not as much. I wish it did. I was just thinking that. I was like, I don't really like when the camera zooms in like that, but it definitely helped you know when you were pinned like that. This game doesn't quite have it as dramatic as World does. When you get pinned on the ground, Vio. In this game, you can get kind of pinned down by some moves, and they're not super visually different from when you normally get knocked down. I don't think it's a big issue. It bothers me a little bit. It just means that I have to pay attention when I'm learning to be like, oh, that's a move where if I don't wire fall, I die. Oops, I just did that, didn't I? Oh, we're out of honey. Oh. Their saving grace to our man in this game is that at least it draws from a resource that you need for other things. I think that's better than dung bombs. Not Worlds, but this game's. I think this game's pins specifically are good pins. Because they pull from a shared resource. They're not as obnoxious and spammable as some of the pins from 4th gen. 4th gen pins are the worst pins, man. 100%. I don't think does 3rd gen have any pins? We talk about this fairly frequently, and I can never remember. Oh, right. Yeah. Devil Joe does, of course. Look, I haven't played that many 3rd gen games. There aren't that many monsters in Portable 3rd that have pins. And Giggy? Oh, yeah. That's true. It's been a while, man. And Arzros, of course. How could I forget Arzros' pins? Yeah, 4th gen pins are really, really poor. You've played all the 3rd gen games in their ports? I've played like zero. I've played so little of 3 Ultimate. I mean, I've played those games, but I haven't played those games. I've played Portable 3rd, but it was a while ago. I haven't played 3 Ultimate or Try. 4th gen ports, or sorry, 4th gen pins are much more fresh in my mind. I think the world pins are just silly because you just mash and or fire a slinger and then you just get out. In this game, it pulls from a shared resource and they're much more demanding in terms of timing a lot of the time. So I think it's a lot more interesting. This game does pins right if you're gonna have pins. It also doesn't involve mashing. Okay, let's go hunt Valstrax. Try our best. I didn't bring Pierce 1 for whatever reason. Whoops. As you use bugs sparingly because if you don't use bugs, you're dead. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think it pulling from a shared resource that you actually have to care about is a good thing, as opposed to just be like, oh, I've got 10 dunk bombs, doesn't matter. Makes you actually treat certain fights a little differently because you can't just wire bug and wire fall all over the place. You gotta leave those pins. You gotta leave those wire bugs ready for pins if you're not careful enough. So that, if he was charged, would have been the pin move. Whoops. So heavy bowgun's in a bit of a rough spot here. I mean, that's fair, Parsec, but I mean, like, there's nothing you can do about that, especially in Savage. Like, what are you gonna do, not get hit by the pin? Oh no, the tail brushed me. I'm pinned again. I mean, like, you can not get hit by the pin, but those pins are such... I'm gonna stop talking about 4th gen pins. I like how they handle it in this game. This game makes me happy. I can't even imagine fish. That was the pin move there. Too far away for Pierce. full burst. Probably does different noises depending on what he's gonna do. Wow. Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. He's cooling down, but he's still in that triple mode moveset. So, like, chest is charged right now versus, like, wing arms being charged. That is ridiculous. There is a timing where you can get out of the way of those double strikes. I think I've done it, but I don't know how. This is when you blow it up out of this mode, yeah? Or you try to stagger it out of the mode. Whoop! Chugging all the potions. Oh, it's gonna leave. Every once in a while, folks. Didn't realize that counter at range? Oh yeah. That counter is really good. It also doesn't gain any damage from charging up, so you don't need to charge it if you don't want to. Ouch. I think I could have gotten out of the way if I'd rolled the second time, but I didn't. Out. And slipped away. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever used up a brew hair like that before. Pierce is so strong, man. This isn't even a Pierce set, and it's still doing good damage. Ambush. Are you feeling this 3.0 damage? Oh, I'm feeling it. Oh! Oh! It's a positioning thing. Okay. Give me that stagger. No, it's not. You've never seen that. Woo! I think Val just whipped. Okay, never mind. So cool. Oh my goodness, so cool. Okay. I really don't know how to deal with that with heavy bowguns. I just like eat damage. So many of these moves are just iframe or die. Like, it's terrifying. I don't mind that. It's just pretty, it's interesting to see in practice, like, yo, they really went there. They were just like, yo, iframe this or hold this L. How do you like the theme? I love the theme. It's good. This is a nice synergy going with normal 3 and Pierce 2 because they pull from different ammo pools and they're really good for close and long range respectively. It feels nice. The effect they went with for his glowing arms is pretty cool too. Well, iframe or die. I could have gotten out of the way probably instead of trying to roll through it. Many of his moves are one-shots for us. Yeah, that is a little funny, isn't it, Two-Arm Man? Two-Arm Man, do you like this matchup personally? Is this one that you frequent, or is this just one that you thought would be interesting? Okay, you shouldn't counter those. Didn't find it terrible. Used the Barioth Pierce gun. I just don't have any recollection of how Valstrax's hit zones work. So I just went with this gun because I know this gun has decent damage and has a wide spread of ammunition. Could try and figure out what felt good to me as we went across the moveset. Fade Extender 3 helps out a lot. Yeah, I feel a little slow with 1. It's interesting how Fade Extender influences the speed of the roll with Heavy Bowgun a lot. Broke something. 2 head breaks, it looks like, actually. Ooh, that was so much faster. Oh, Toby, run. Toby, run. No, buddy. Don't do it. That move is so cool. No, game, that was supposed to be a roll. We're okay. Okay, so that means back the heck up. That scream in the air means back the heck up. Was that a buffered run input? I don't know. I couldn't tell you exactly what is very different about the Superman inputs in this game on Switch. They are different. The Superman input is a little different and a little bit easier to accidentally input in this game. I wouldn't really be able to tell you exactly why. Let's get away from this. Honestly, don't have that problem. I'm jealous. It's it's felt that way to me pretty much the entire time I've been playing through the game. It's just like, yeah, sometimes the Superman comes out and I just didn't mean for that Superman to come out. I don't know if I'm buffering the run or buffering the Superman or what. It just feels like, I guess it just feels like, yeah, buffered run Uchi would be the best way to describe that. It's like, I stopped running a second or two ago, and then rolled, but it still made me do the big dive. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Yes, I am using a pro controller. Yep. I'm not using wired right now. What's the set you're running? It's not an optimal set or anything. This is my first time taking on Valstrax. We've got some attack and some crit eye. Some normal up because we're using Zinogre. Nice. It's not upgraded at all, so we're taking Omega damage. I don't even know how you're supposed to fight Valstrax. It does kind of feel out of nowhere, doesn't it, Uchi? I mean, honestly, just a ton of his moveset does that much damage to us right now, is the answer. Broke the chest. Folks Monitor has a higher refresh rate than you're used to. You're finally seeing some awful frame drops. Interesting. So what do you play on normally? Hang on, what do you play on normally if you're seeing the frame drops now? Now that you're playing on like a monitor. I'm not saying like what you're playing on before is bad. I'm just trying to figure out like what kind of frame drops you're seeing. Don't remember the specs? Okay, it's not about the specs. It's just like, is it a TV? Is it a computer monitor? Both are televisions? Interesting. Okay. Just curious. But it's interesting that it's interesting that you can detect the frame drops on whatever you're playing on down there, but not normally. What was that? He just like summoned it in front of him. Okay, buddy. GU is experiencing frame drops too? That's what I was kind of asking about, Martha, is like, it could just be that that TV is jank and like has some weird refresh rate issues. Because GU has some frame drops and some frame rate inconsistencies, but it's not all over the place. Wow. That is just such a great way of handling his movement around the map, is having him just like, just gone. So cool. I've seen him fly across the map because someone had him in a multiplayer quest the other night, and so I saw him go shoo. Oh boy. Broke something else. Broke its back, maybe? No, yeah, broke one of its wings. Broke both its wings. We're getting there. Is it leaving? I'm not gonna look at the map. Or I guess I need to look at the map to see where it went. Oh my, oh no, it's not leaving. This is not it fleeing. All right, we're down to it here. Oh no. Well, there goes the benefit of using the brew hair. Yep, I have noticed that before too, man. Yep, we cleared All Mother earlier. We're going to be doing it with all 14 weapons, though, so there's going to be plenty more of All Mother. Herb time? Maybe. Hey, Monty. Yeah, All Mother was earlier today. We tried it for several hours last night, and we couldn't clear it. Can you please eat your ration and listen to the sound effect? What about it? Gotta listen for that screech. An easy ration specifically. In a minute. Already on Valstrax? We are, yes. Hey, Bedobbles. And we were given heavy Bowgun for our first clear of him. Which is, interesting. Dead. Well. We'll try it again. That was better than our first couple tries. Shimmering Scale. This piece of Valstrax claw is remarkably hard and sharp. It's torn up countless piece times. It's okay, folks. We're getting better. Getting used to the iframes, getting used to getting out of the way with heavy Bowgun. Notifications going crazy. We have many things that we're still working on crafting. We run out of blue mushrooms next? Dude, we're finally running out of stuff. Crazy. Pierce feels like a better set for a better fit for this fight, to be totally honest with you. But I know that Barioth heavy Bowgun that fires Pierce does not fire any normal, which would be kind of a deal breaker. We do need to be up close to him some of the time. Might you recommend Maldo? I don't want to make it. I only have one orb, and I don't know what I want to use it on quite yet. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I think we're probably dealing enough damage, but I just want to look at some other Bowguns. I feel like bringing a Pierce set might be better than bringing a normal set. We're back. I've been not unmuting myself a lot recently. It's silly. Bow is very monk austere, just like heavy bowgun is very monk austere. Except bow has good damage. Rist or cold? Just a little bit. It just doesn't have, it doesn't have good damage compared to the things that, I don't know, it just doesn't feel competitive with like bowgun and bow in this game. It doesn't feel like either those weapons should deal drastically less damage in exchange for their freedom of mobility and other options, or this weapon should deal drastically more damage than it does currently. Like, it's rough. I'm comparing it to, I know they do parsec, and I know that the skill ceiling for heavy bowgun is high and you can craft some really crazy setups, but it just, especially in progression, it does not feel like it's on par with light bowgun and bow. Oh, didn't we get Wyvern Gem earlier? I guess, oh yeah, we have one. We need two. Bummer, I would love to get an upgrade for this. Oh well. This will be alright. Let me see if it's already ramped up. It should be. I just don't think it feels rewarding enough, Parsec. I feel like in order to get to that reward, you have to be like super duper good at heavy bowgun, whereas it felt like in the earlier games, that reward came from bigger damage, not from like you can craft slightly more broken setups with heavy bowgun. That's how I would describe it in this game. Is like, if you know what you're doing, you can craft some busted stuff with heavy bowgun, but its damage does not feel significantly higher than light bowgun or bows for the most part. In the older games, it felt like light bowgun and bow were definitely a step down damage-wise from heavy bowgun, and to make up for their mobility and other options. And I think that felt better to me, at least. Let's keep trying. We're gonna try Pierce. I switched the set out from a normal focus light bowgun to a Pierce focus light bowgun because Pierce was feeling better. Feels like Valstrax likes keeping its range. I mean, I preferred them to have those differentiating factors. I think it still feels like that in this game, Marths. Although raw light bowgun's pretty rough. How long have we been fighting Val? This will be our third attempt. So not that long. It's not rough in this game. It's not. I preferred when that was part of the balance smarts. I don't think it was like you can never use. Did I not bring ammunition? No, I did. Okay, we're good. I don't think it was like you can never use raw on light bowgun, you can never use element on heavy bowgun, but I preferred them having those differentiating strengths. Bow kind of being a weird in between that was skewed a little bit towards elemental. Just part of the balance. Like Parsec said, this game kind of has a very different, or not very different, but has a little bit of a different balance than some of the other entries for light bowgun, heavy bowgun, bow, etc. Thanks, Tribe of Tom. We'll see. Hopefully so. I do get tired as the night goes on, so we'll see how I handle it. I think that'd be neat, Marths. Did you add more Evade Extender? I did not. I switched to a Pierce Bowgun set. 7 normal set. Whoops. Looking at the set in the middle of the fight. Maybe not a good idea with this guy. Yeah, just 1 level of Evade Extender is what we've got going on. Could drop a level of Expert for it. Let's try that and see how it feels. Yep. And I think that heavy bowgun should have inbuilt, like, much better damage, personally, Hyper Ray. But I think it should be bigger clip sizes and much higher damage that incentivize getting really good at the positioning of a slower, bulkier weapon to take advantage of that higher damage and those bigger clip sizes. Whereas light bowgun's a lot more about rolling around and, I don't know, staying out of the reach of the monster while firing off little clips. If you're hearing weird audio oddities, Badobbles, try refreshing the stream. Twitch has weird distortion stuff sometimes. And like heavy bowgun has the bigger clips in this game. Light bowgun is just so strong. Do you miss siege mode? I never liked siege mode. I miss auto reload. Oh, right. Yeah, I never got good at siege mode. Oh, like I can see the whole like reason to get good at siege mode. Like I think it perfectly prioritizes heavy bowgun strengths as a weapon. Really, it's like this is the most immobile you can get, but with the most damage potential. I just never liked how it felt enough to get good at it, and I was never trying to get that optimal with heavy bowgun in the previous games that had it. I was never like, well, I gotta get used to speedrunning this Brachydios for charms in like 3 minutes. I was always just like, I'll take the damage exchange for just using heavy bowgun like a regular weapon and not like a weird crouching mode thing. That was supposed to be a different thing. Yeah, I think that's what I think it's primarily missing in this game. But I don't know. I think I'm inexperienced enough with bowguns that I'm not really going to offer up my opinion as gospel on them. I just think that there's a slight imbalance in terms of how they feel in this game. I think the evade extender feels marginally better. I'll have to try and pay more attention to it. He missed again. Yeah, I understand, 2R man. This is much more interesting to learn. Or at least it can be much more interesting to learn. Whoops. You guys went to the camp I was already at. I did. What exactly do you guys mean by positioning? As in, you can't just roll out of the way of a move. There will be certain areas you have to stand around the monster in order to be safe around certain moves. Like, I think there is some positioning going on around some of these larger strikes he's got, like where he stabs forward with his wings. I don't think if you just stand anywhere with heavy bowgun, you'll be able to get out of the way of those. But with light bowgun, you can roll enough that you can just kind of get out of the way, whatever. These are poor shots. And there's still positioning involved in light bowgun, but it's just a lot more free. You can do a little bit more of whatever you'd like. Me too, Jack McBride. Oh, whoops. I think for some types of ammo, sure, Marsh. Yeah, sure. Like maybe kind of heavier stuff, like sticky or slicing or something like that. Toby, get out while you can. Ooh, cool. Oh, not cool. Clip, please, embed. Fine, let's see how he controls. Oh god, that's pretty cool. Wow, he moved so much that we just physically went out the area. And that's that. Just 3 insta-kills. Let's try it again. Pierce feels good. Evade 2 feels fine. I don't really notice that big of a difference between Evade 1 and 2, actually. But I'll probably keep it instead of the extra point crit. Hello, Brian NG. How are you, Brian? Unless you're using a shield for some matchups, always run Evade Extender 3. I don't know. I like learning the matchups that I feel like I can with as little of that stuff as possible. Just to see, like, I don't know. Just because I like strict stuff, I suppose. Excellent clip. First Rise stream, you said you'd sing along to the Dongo song one day. Maybe on the last Rise stream we'll do that. Oh, shoot. I just registered over this. Whoops. We'll fix that later. Enjoy your bed fuse, Fog. Play the instrumental version of the Dongo song and fill in the lyrics. I'll just speak them. Fluffy bunny Dongo. It's a tasty treat. No, I'll sing along. I will. On the final Rise stream, I'll do a sing along with it. We can't make everything a redeem. I'll just have to stop saying funny stuff because y'all want everything as redeems now. Saying no more goofy things. I won't say goofy things anymore. I think you got it, Vesport, or I think you got it, Valstrax. No, he didn't. He didn't get it. The Banabra's still there. Whoops. There's so much of our freaking health. I misread that. I don't know if he actually has different screeches for when he's going to do the gun lance full burst, or if he's going to do just the spear like that. I thought he was going to do the gun lance full burst, so I was getting ready to roll out back away from the explosions, but nope. That was not what he did. That was not what he did. So cool. I will not make the Valstrax sound, I'm sorry. Pierce range is just far enough out that we don't need to worry about the roar as much. It's kind of goofy. Maybe there were some zaps before he landed for the Gunlance full burst. That's not what I meant to do, but it worked. I'm probably not gonna use the tackle. It just feels too obtuse. Like, I'm sure you can use it against some specific moves in certain matchups. It just feels too obtuse. Well, didn't get the iframe. Who's this? This is Valstrax Arcane. Baru Faruku. Arcane has probably never seen one of these before. Is this a new monster? This was first added a couple years ago in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. It was one of the 2 flagships for that game. So this first came out on the 3DS and then the Switch.
Neat.
The Jet Dragon is what this guy is. There he goes. How long is the cooldown? 10 minutes. It certainly does a lot of damage to us right now, Arcane. Is it an Elder Dragon? I actually don't know. I think it is. I've only fought like 1 or 2 before this. I fought 1 or 2 in high rank of Generations Ultimate. It's like the final high rank village threat you take on before you move on to G rank. It's the Urgent to G, or actually, a Diablos is Urgent to G, but it's close to Urgent to G. It's so freaking cool.
Neat.
8 minutes. Insurance. Thank you, game. There we go. Maybe so, Uchi, maybe so. We still have an hour and a half. That's a lot of 8-minute triple carts. We did, Arcane. We killed All-Mother Narwa earlier tonight with Greatsword. First try tonight, but after many attempts last night. Need some fresh brain wrinkles. We may need some fresh brain wrinkles to take out this thing. Camera is desynced with audio? It shouldn't be. I would say try refreshing stream if that's happening to you. Someone else said that the other day, but I don't think that's the case. Weird Twitch BS, yeah. That's the second person tonight we've been like, yo, you're having audio issues? Refresh Twitch. And they're like, oh, it's fine. Twitch. Have you hunted Valstrax before on Rise? Nope, we're still trying to get our first clear. Someone chose Heavy Bowgun for our first attempt at it, and it's tough. Twish. This is like abbreviating tuition or something. Good old Monster Hunter. Wonder how many things have instantly become one-shots for us in this matchup. Oh, it always does too. Okay. Not dead. Who picked heavy bowgun? 2 Iron Man 15. They said they're pretty comfy with it, with this matchup. I think heavy bowgun and charge blade are the 2 matchups I'm worst at, or the 2 weapons I'm worst at in this game. It's a V.
Neat.
Who's that directed at FPS failure? Thinking the eagle sounds like a hawk. Swipe is so much damage. I don't even recognize the swipe as coming out. He has so many moves that look similar.
Neat.
If there is a Telemonty, I don't want to know it from chat yet. The one with the spin is super freaking hype, though. I love that move. I'm sure I'm going to get wrecked by it a few more times, but man, I like that move. It's cool. Maybe I should just try rolling earlier for that. I'm like trying to iframe it or like wait to the last second. I don't necessarily need to, it looks like. That swipe, I think, killed me all 3 times. That's less than 8 minutes that time. That was 4 minutes.
Neat.
This isn't looking too good, is it? I don't know if I feel... I mean, like, this sounds silly, but I feel like I've gotten worse now that we switched to Pierce. I don't think that really has much to do with it, though. No worries, just upgrade your armor. I'm not doing that. I mean, we could make better armor pieces that might have more defense, but I'm not upgrading the armor's defense values. personal stance on upgrading, I think the game makes it way too easy to overpower it. And so, I mean, like, I'm sure at this point we would be due for some more defense, but I'm just not doing it. Like, I think if you upgrade your armor to max every time the game gives you advantage to, or gives you the option to, you will almost never be threatened. You will have to make repeated mistakes over and over to actually cart. This is on the other end of the extreme. Like, this is not really how the game is designed to be played, but I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Thank you, Game God. In other games, other Monster Hunter games, I've done a little bit of this where like, oh, for low rank, I want to upgrade my armor so that low rank can still be a challenge. And like partway through high rank, we'll start to upgrade stuff. And then in G rank, usually I'll take every upgrade I can get. I think in World, they almost always kind of made it where it felt like about the same, like not everything, but it felt like a lot of the fights in World, it was like if you maxed your defense, I mean, there were some faster moves in high rank and master rank, but the damage didn't feel super dissimilar. There were some moves that were outliers to that, but not that many, is my impression of World's balance of it. So in this game, I've just not upgraded them at all. Getting one shot just kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about getting one shot unless it feels like it's unintended. Like, I know this isn't, I mean, I guess let me clarify that. All of these one shots are probably unintended. If the move that one shots me feels like a big emphasized part of the monster's kit, I'm okay with it. If it feels like a tiny little inconsequential thing that happens to randomly one shot because we have low defense, that feels bad because that's not really like part of the intended challenge. Like that move was never supposed to be a big like world ender. We'll see how we feel as we get to these last apexes. Any tips with bow? Bow in this game is going to be very different to the older games. Ouch, I just have to iframe that, I guess. That swipe just keeps killing me. In Monster Hunter Rise, I don't even know how to explain bow very concisely.
Neat.
I would recommend following a YouTube video because either my brain is too tired to try and explain that right now, or I just don't have a great way of explaining bow in this game. Stamina skills are important. Your shot type up is important for set building. But in terms of how the weapon's actually played, I think you're going to be better served by a YouTube video or something than my sleepy brain right now. Yeah, bow is not particularly easy to explain in 5th gen. Wow. That's so freaking cool. Is this monster related to Narga? No. He's just his own thing. Okay, he always does that arm. At least from what I can tell, he always does our left-hand side arm when he goes down to the ground there. Hey, Talik. It's good to see you. How are you? Thank you for the sub. How are you? Haven't seen that name in a long time. Ugh. That move is my bane right now. That move is so a problem for me.
Neat.
20 months is so long too. Thank you, Talik. I hope you've been well. Doing well for the most part? Okay, that's good. Are you playing with a Pro Controller? Yes. Make sure they're at the end of the game, Fog. Because if they're not at the end of the game, the Rampage bow probably isn't what they're going to end up using. Have a hard time getting by streams? That's okay. Wow. That move is just a run ender for me. I don't understand why. I guess what I think was happening the first few times we were fighting this guy is with normal shot, when we were up close to him with that move, you can roll underneath it, basically underneath his arms. Further away from him, it seems to be pretty difficult to get out of the way of that. Is I think what feels different to me about that is I think we were kind of dodging it being close to him. How have you enjoyed Rise? Really well. We've just gotten to Valstrax for the first time tonight. So we've just beat the final story boss. Probably sell Arcane. No, we're good. I would imagine that this game's Valstrax will not carry over all that well to 4th gen Valstrax. Oh, shoot. That's one of the really interesting things about this game. Someone just called this like a G rank plus Valstrax. And like, obviously, this game gives you the tools to bully this Valstrax pretty hard. Between Wyvern riding and some of the switch kills and stuff, it's pretty easy to bully some of the monsters in this game. But some of the monsters in this game have movesets that are more complex than any other incarnation of that monster in the series. And I think it's really interesting and admirable to see that in a high rank game. It makes me really interested to see what they do with the G rank movesets for this game if there's an expansion. I think if they want to keep making Monster Hunter more fast and fluid, that's the way you gotta take difficulty design. Okay, so there's like a pretty good tell for that move. Is that move on its own? Or is that move does that move combo into anything? If it's on its own, I'll just counter it each time. No Marths. Marth, I think that their only option, Marths, is continuing to add complexity to the fights. If they don't do that, this game will lose substance.
Neat.
All right, Monty, just for you, here is the Pursuit level 2005 Kolv Taroth. Sorry, Regular. Yeah, we beat All Mother earlier tonight. I hope you have a good one. No, I'm saying you would have to get to Pursuit level 2000 just to beat it. That would be the 2-week Kolv Taroth or whatever. That's way more of a snarky response if you misunderstood. I was just joking with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with the idea of a quest that would take a long time to actually master and beat. That's how some of the quests in Frontier were. I mean, like, do I prefer this? I don't know. Ooh, it does 2 of those. Do I prefer this style of difficulty? I don't know. It's more reactive and less predictive, that's for sure. But if you're gonna keep making the weapons faster and everything faster, you have to do this, or else the monsters are chumps. There's no other way around it. This game does a lot better with that than, I don't know, anything prior. Just for you, Uchi. I figured you could use you could use a little more drink. Me too, Fall Guys. Don't think it'll happen. I don't know how you do that without it being super unpopular. How goes? Edges goes pretty well. We're taking on Valstrax for the first time tonight. It's going. We took down All Mother for the first time tonight too, and it felt pretty fun. Yep, Lost No Frost indeed. We're getting to this point where artificial difficulty is looking more and more like the only option to make the game challenging. That's a very worrying thing. I think move pool diversity and I think the combination of animations getting much better and the move pools getting bigger is a pretty interesting type of difficulty. Like, you can see it full force in this game, and I think it's really good. Like, these fights are compelling because the monsters are quick and have many moves that you need to learn how to deal with on the fly. That's a very different hook than Monster Hunter used to have, but it's the hook. Anyways, I'm enjoying this fight. I dodged the wrong way. Eight minutes again. Woo! This is a pretty broad discussion y'all are bringing up in chat. Is your only handicap right now that you're using low rank armor? Regulates, this is high rank armor. Yeah, this is unupgraded high rank armor. Do you think you can beat Battlefuker already if you use your own weapon of choice? Maybe. Maybe so. Heavy bowgun's really tough for us. Both the limited defense and the slower move speed is making a fast fight like this really difficult. I'd probably pick dual blades or sword and shield. Some of them, Marths. Some of them. A different spawn. I appreciate you, Brian NG. I don't have anything useful to contribute to the Eschaton Judgment discussion because I never fought Elatrian. And I think that the discussion is probably too reachy. I think you should probably... What I would say is, if you're going to talk about artificial difficulty in Monster Hunter and fight design, maybe pick a fight that isn't a random one-off gimmick and talk about that instead. Focusing on a random one-off gimmick probably isn't going to help a productive discussion about monster design as a whole. Wow, he can really aim that, can't he? They sure are. They sure are, Jack McBride. Can we get that quoted, please? Thank you, Parsec. Okay, that move is literally on its own, so as long as we have 2 wire bugs, we can counter it. Not that one, but the other one I was talking about. Yeah, definitely not that one. Oh, I should probably heal now. It's like easy to iframe, but like not with Heavy Bowgun's dump ass roll. Whoops. That's like one of the things I think I really wish they'd change about this game is Heavy Bowgun's roll. Just shoot and sidestep. The window for sidestep is so short. It's hard. Oh. For non-gunners, what is Heavy Bowgun's roll? It's supposed to have the highest damage potential in exchange for limited mobility. In this game, it does technically have the highest damage potential, but by like a hair compared to light bowgun and bow. That's okay, Martz. I gotta go to bed sometime soon. Yeah, good night, Martz, if you're going to bed. At least there's a big tell for it. It's just, I'm having a hard time nailing the timing for the evade on it. Thought highest damage roll was supposed to be Greatsword. Well, okay, for one thing, weapons don't really have rolls in Monster Hunter, especially not anymore. Each weapon is going to have some faster options, some slower options, some higher damage options, some lower damage options. So there aren't really like classes or roles, to be honest. And secondly, the guns have always been the highest damage. Always. Not always during the progression through the game, but by the end of the game, the guns are king. I guess save for some like a few special circumstances across the series, but for the most part, guns are always pretty much some of the best you can get. Does bow have damage that competes with the gun bows? So bow in this game especially is really busted strong. It has a couple different things that God, I just keep getting hit. Oh, I'm feeling ready to be done with heavy bowgun. There's a couple things about bow's balancing in this game that make it deal a lot of damage. There's an animation cancel, and there's also a buff to elemental damage that make it very, very powerful in this game. Bow and light bowgun are, I think, about tied for like both busted strong in different ways. What way is light bowgun busted if not also elemental damage? It just does dummy damage and is super mobile. Like you get rapid crit going on with Wex and crit boost, and you're just chewing monsters. It's like a fire hose. I got it! Wow! That and rapid slicing, like just rapid fire is not well balanced. Light bowgun is not well balanced in this game. There are some interesting gunning decisions in terms of balancing in this game. They're all decent. Heavy bowgun's in the roughest spot. Light bowgun and bow are both strong. And will require a little bit of time to get used to in terms of their movement with bow's combos or how to build your stats with light bowgun, but they're both very strong weapons. What are you doing? Balance is pretty much always suspect in Monster Hunter. Was Monster Hunter ever balanced? No, not really. It probably won't ever be. And like, it's a PvE game, so it's okay. You wish it was better, but like, it's okay. Surfer's part break in like half an hour. I'm just getting so blasted. I don't like it, Tour Man. It's making me further like, yeah, yo, this weapon sucks. Like, I know it doesn't, but man, does it not feel advantageous compared to most of the rest of the cast. And I really, the unfortunate aspect about that is that I think that it will continue to feel that way as the monsters just get faster and faster. Like anything that's slow in this game feels bad. Make Gunlance a gun. That sounds like fun. Woo, 10 minutes. Yeah, this feels like a smooth brain kind of thing. I don't know if... It feels like we're doing worse now that we switched to Pierce. I think the range is not helping us. I think I'm going to switch back to the setup we had going on before and see if we feel any better. Do you still want to not want to know the shot zones? I don't know. I haven't decided. I think we've done. I think I can probably look at them now if they're in my hunter's notes. Let's see. I don't have them in my hunter's notes, so no, I don't want to know them. Yeah, not using this weapon would make me feel a lot better. What are Dongo tickets, Parsec? Why are you bringing that up? I have them, but I don't know what to use them for. They drastically increase the success rate of Dongo skills. Oh, right. I always forget that's a mechanic. It's like these things that I've forgotten. Like, I think about half the game I've forgotten that these were a mechanic. Yeah, I mean, I think so too, Fish. I mean, that says something. I mean, it could just mean that I am a garbage heavy bowgun player, but to me it also says like, yo, that's one of the weakest 2 weapons in the game. This spooked a cat and he scratched me. Sorry, cat. I got spooked by the cat too. And like, I know that if you, I don't know, there is a difference between, yo, dude, did you see this speed run of heavy bowgun where like it kills this monster? Like, there's a difference between that and like playing a weapon regularly. I'm willing to admit there's probably a bit of both here. Like, I think that I am pretty not great at heavy bowgun, but I also think that this weapon has problems in this game. That and some of the shot type hit zones in this game make me a little bit, like, make me question things a little bit. Doesn't that seem like bad balance? Is like, oh, Pierce is really strong in this game. Let's make every shot type hit zone awful. Like, it's not every, I shouldn't say that. That's hyperbole, but I don't know. That's something I was talking about last night, is about that All-Mother fight. Do you guys think that some of the balancing, whether it's the damage it does or some of the patterns its projectiles take on, or some of the hit zones it's got, do you think that those were influenced after the game came out? Since it also came out after the game. Yeah, it's gonna be time for bed soon. I'm hitting those buttons just a little bit too late. I don't know much about it. I heard there was one, but I don't know much about it. Oh, got it. I was wondering about that. I was attacking it while it was eating it. Wonder if that was a possibility. That's neat that that was. Such a cool move. Well. It's gonna leave. Yeah, I can't explain it. Something about the range that we stay at when we're using normal 3 and Pierce 2 instead of Pierce 2 and Pierce 3 is making this fight feel better to me. I know that's odd, but something about at range feels really bad against Valstrax. Wow, that's impressive stuff, FPS. That's cool. I was with Defender proc, by the way. That's not gonna get old. Yeah, I think there's like a fizz if it's gonna do that move instead of the slam, or the spear rather. It's cool to fight it out here. Yeah, the potential for that is pretty neat, Parsec. I think what I would say about devices like the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck is that part of what makes consoles work is that the entire platform is tied to, like, okay, this whole platform, the Switch, is all a handheld console. Trying to get a handheld PC to play, like, games designed for $3,000 gaming rigs is kind of rough. I mean, like, you can do it, but it's always going to be a very fractured experience as opposed to something that's on a console. And I think especially for handhelds, that hurts. So like even at cost, even at like the 350 bucks to get into that, which makes it a lot more appealing, I still think you're going to have issues. Hey, S-Fox. We are talking about the Steam Deck, yeah. We're talking about the Steam Deck, and I'm fighting Valstrax poorly with heavy bowgun. Great for streaming from a different PC while you can read. You can do that with a PS Vita. It's got like an ARM Ace. It's got like an ARM whatever the heck from like 2015? No, but they were talking about streaming games, Fish Kebab, and it can stream games. Can stream games from another PC. Oh god, we're so scuffed at this fight. I'm so ready to be done with this with heavy bowgun. Like his new moveset? It's really cool. I do not think I will return to this with heavy bowgun tomorrow. I don't care to. Why should we wait till tomorrow? Why should we wait till tomorrow? Where is the abandon button? There is the abandon button. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to Pierce Light Bowgun Because in theory, if ranged is, if they're equal-ish, like if heavy bowgun's not a bad weapon, switching to light bowgun shouldn't really do that much for us, right? Like we should go in there and it should be like a rough time, right? Let's see. Let's just see. Let's just see how it goes. Your leg is twitching? It is, yeah. The character's leg. Consider this day a victory. You have convinced me that heavy bowgun is not good. Or at least not good for fights like that. Nice fog. Now, I'll probably still get wrecked as hell, but I'm gonna try. And we're gonna see how we do with this equal but not better bowgun. Ka-chow, really? Yeah, at least we have not an ass roll now. That is maybe my least favorite thing about heavy bowgun in 5th gen. I don't really have much of a problem with it except for that roll. Whoops, rolled too early. Didn't have a scuffed roll earlier too? No, it had a regular roll. 5th generation added this like giant slow fat roll. It's like, yo, if I want to play Dark Souls, I would go play Dark Souls, but I don't want to. Still gonna get wrecked. It's not that bad. It's pretty ass two-armed, man. Like, I don't deride that much stuff. I mean, we've been deriding some stuff recently, but I try not to deride that much stuff. That roll is bad. Yeah, also, if the answer to, if the answer to making heavy bowgun better is you should be using slicing and sticky, then I'm good. Used to be so kind. We are normally. That move is so freaking cool. Oh, hello. It's not your fault, 2-arm man. This is just a fast fight, and heavy bowgun is not fast. Ugh, that move is fast, though. That move is just a run ender for me right now. Whoops, I had multiple beans. Stream is falling apart at the seams. I don't blame you, 2-arm man. You didn't make them balance the game this way. That drift is so weird. What the heck? That was so random. Look at him laugh at us too. He's like, haha. FPS, what I'll say about the defense thing is I don't think this is probably a point in the game where you should not upgrade your defense, myself included. The reason I'm doing it at this point is just to kind of see what this challenge run ends like, because we're so close to the end of the game, having played through like this. My intention was not to play like this when we first started playing the game, but we had to stay like this so much later than usual that now I'm just kind of curious to see how it ends, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry if that wasn't clear. I will say that, like, through most of the game, I do think that, like, I do want to not upgrade my defense and play like this, but, I mean, this is not intended. That swipe is really, really rough to deal with. But yeah, the reason why we haven't stopped doing it is because we're so close to the end of the game. It's like, at this point, I don't want to break the streak. Yeah, so like, think about what it would be like with upgrading. That's the scary part. I don't know, 2.0 was rough for me, Fog. The 2.0 stuff hit really hard. But nothing was one-shotting like this. I did notice, though, like the second we did our first 2.0 quest, it was like, oh, this is a lot more damage. This is, again, a lot more damage than 2.0. And yeah, same, Fish Kebab. 1.0 Zen gave me lots of trouble while I was still learning with a lot of the weapons. Yeah, me too. I've thought a little bit about, like, people have been telling me that even with upgrades, some of these hunts are still really rough. So I am curious about how effective the upgrades are. Yeah, I think I have it 2 parsec. It fizzes up in the air if he's doing that versus a scream if he's doing the spear. There's like a fizz. It's just hard to get out of the way because it's a large explosion. Basically, when he gets up in the air like that, you should be backing up and moving to the right. That way you can back up out of the way of the explosion, or you can go to the right out of the way of the spear. We're still learning. We're just learning through cards. We at least got insurance. Good stuff. Thank you, game. Hello, player. Welcome. How's it going? Long time no see, indeed. How you been? Finally got a job? Nice. Congratulations. Hopefully it's something you don't mind doing. We've been playing through Rise for the last 3 or 4 months. We're finally getting to the very end of the stuff, and some of the stuff's pretty hard. It's fun, but waking up early is annoying. I feel ya. I gotta get up for work in about 3 hours. So I definitely feel you. I keep trying to iframe that when I think I can probably just roll out the way with light bowgun. Yep. Do you easily fall asleep when it's this late? Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'll have a video on, sometimes I'll just pass out. Ouch. It's always the big slap. That one move is really just absolutely the run ender for us with ranged. It's like I want to stay mid-distance. It's like, it feels like if you stay mid-distance, it feels better, and then rolling underneath that move is the way to go, but I'm having a hard time consistently iframing it. Valstrax takes like a truck? Yeah. We haven't upgraded our armor and it's starting to really bite us in the butt. Oh yeah, the mines. Yeah, the fizz is the tell. He often does 2 volleys like that. I should probably pay attention to that and not attack him when he's doing a volley. Yeah, this will be something to watch. This will be something to try tomorrow. I think much like last night, we've probably reached a point where my brain is not going to be keeping up too well with these fast movesets anymore. The stream once fixed your sleep schedule. That's interesting. Doesn't have that effect on most people. Myself included. Yeah, feels bad being able to like barely last 10 minutes on a monster. Bye, Uchi. Thank you for being here. I'll see ya. We haven't been able to pop its chest in like hours. Haven't broken apart in like hours. That feels so bad too. Just getting like steadily worse and worse at attempting something. Stuff like that, Parsec's hard to quantify. Like, why would you get steadily worse at a fight through the evening? We definitely learned, which is fun. Fatigue is the big thing? Probably so. It is frustrating getting boiled down to like, well, this one move is the problem. Yeah, I think so too, Parsec. I think 8 is a decent decent guess as well. Yeah. Stuff like this, either we're going to come back to tomorrow and feel like, oh, we're just fine, and get the clear in like 1 or 2 tries, kind of like what happened with Allmother today. Or we'll come back and it'll be just as difficult. We'll see. I don't really know an answer to the slap. God damn it. Well, I'm going to do one more try tonight. That's going to be it, though. The other stuff I feel like I've got ways to avoid. The slap I just really don't. I just need, like, I guess there's a little bit of a tell for it, but I guess I just need to learn to like roll backwards immediately. Oh, shoot. Whoops. Because, like, there is a towel for the slap. He raises above his head and gives you a decent window to get out of the way, but it's just not very much. Want to cheat with some sword and shield? Not really. Not at this point. We're not getting wrecked as... I mean, we're still getting hit by a lot of his moves, but I feel like light bowgun makes this significantly less difficult. Just to exist around. Those like aren't quite iframes, but they're pretty darn close. Oh, thanks. That's true, Jack McBride. You're right. Ooh, I was not ready for that one. It really is. I feel very thankful for that new Marth's quote. It's really something. I need to try rolling earlier. There's some good quotes. There's some pretty good quotes. I forgot about half of those. A stagger? What is that? Man, the stagger came a little too early, huh? Never mind.
Neat.
Right, those explode instantly. That's the word. Wow. My brain, man. Brain is real tired at this point. Mew was beautiful. Isn't it cool, Arcane? This monster is really neat. I'm frustrated with him tonight because I suck with like Bowgun. And heavy Bowgun for that matter. Ouch. Not worth. Not worth. Is that moving insta-kill? The big Nova? Yeah, for most folks it would be. I think you might be able to live it if you had like really strong defense, but for me, absolutely. Half of its move says a one-hit kill for me.
Neat.
There's some good quotes in there. That Schmeg quote is a classic. That one made me bust out laughing. Finally a part break. I mean, like I said, we've been learning. We've just been learning through carts. I understand its moveset decently well. Doesn't mean I have the timing down on all of it, but I understand it at least. I really wanted to fight Zenogre, and Shara Ishvalda was the only thing that stood in our way from getting to the Guiding Lands. Shara took us quite a few tries. When I was playing through Iceborne Story, I rushed through pretty fast. I didn't take my time like this game. And I hadn't been playing a lot of World before that, so I was still pretty rough at 5th gen Monster Hunter. There it is. Beat that tree. I don't even know. I didn't even fight Leshen. I honestly don't remember the context for the Uchi tree quote though. Oof. Man, that does so much damage. That Jira quote gets you every time. Yeah, who needs sleep when you have Juratotus, man? Oh, I guess I owe you some beans. Here you go. Here's some beans for that cart. Is this actually going well? I don't know. Is it? Yeah, get him, Volfongo. Whoa, he can cover some freaking ground with that one, huh? Oh, gosh darn it. Whew, I can't believe we didn't die there. I'm not gonna hit the Popo for charge. Only mean people hit Popo for charge. Are you eating a Popo? Oh, no. There it is. Leave my Popo alone. He just got back up. Wow, that was freaking cool looking. He's insane in this game, man. So cool. Huh, no stagger though. My brain, my poor sleepy brain. Alright, that's the last of Pierce 2. No latches? We've already spent them. Oh, no, never mind. Still, we're getting close to the end of gunpowder, too. We were too quick, Arcane. He couldn't even get us. Couldn't even see us. He's role-playing hating heavy bowgun. Don't worry, guys. How'd you tell? It's not even like I hate. It's just like an upset. It's just disappointment. Whoops. That was so cool. Can we do Valstrax with all 14 instead of All Mother? I like All Mother. I think it's a really cool fight. It seems very difficult. This seems difficult for a different reason. Different kinds of difficulty. I was also thinking about that FPS. I was thinking to myself, man, I sure am glad I picked All Mother for all 14 weapons and not this, because I don't want to have to do this fight with heavy bowgun. At this point in time, maybe I'll come to regret this. I would much rather do All Mother with heavy bowgun than this thing. Froggy, would you please move? Here comes Arcane. He ran all the way back over. Why would you fly away and then run back over? You weirdo. Here comes Magnamalo. Do I have a favorite musical artist? Right now it's Masayoshi Takanaka. He's like a funky jazz musician from the 80s in Japan. Daft Punk's really up there for me too. Oh my god, thank goodness. Up we go. Oh, whoops. You telling me we're not supposed to come up this side of the mountain? What is this, Skyrim? Gosh, she looks cool. Just immediately getting wrecked. This area seems claustrophobic. Just pushes itself off the cliff and dies. That was tough, even with light bowgun. Alright, let's see those hit zones. As the fight went on, that was the other thing. It's like, damn, these are really damaging moves, and what are these hit zones? What if he's just feigning death like Gypsaros? Would you like the tip for the slap? There was a tip for the slap?
Neat.
A large Valstrax tail that shines like a comet effortlessly sweeps aside all tranquility. You were saving it for tomorrow? Oh, well, can I have the tip now? A Valstrax shell used for back protection. Its sharp points look like blades. Go in? Yeah, I figured that. I didn't try it very much because we were trying to stay in pierce range, and it was tough to get all the way in or all the way out. But yeah, I noticed that with heavy bowgun. When we were going for a normal shot, it was easier to stay in range and not get hit by